Hello, you lot. Good morning. Off we go now. We're off to go and get ourselves CB radio. What one are we going to get? You'll see in a minute. Let's go. We've got a 37-minute drive.
In 4.6 miles, take exit 2 to merge onto the A2 towards the M2.
Blimey. Hey, we're on the roll, you lot. Piss off. Fucking idiots. Look at that dickhead. What's he doing?
I'll just squeeze in there. Plenty of room.
Ah. We're in the Garden of England, you lot. The Garden of bloody England. Love it. Ah. That's all very interesting round here. I don't think I've ever been round here before. Very strange. Well, it ain't strange, it's interesting. Yeah. Rochester. Love it. So, the story goes as follows. A little friend of mine, Mr. Keith, that I talk to sometimes on the old CB there, he said to me he's got one of these radios that he might be getting rid of, and it took a while and he decided he did want to get rid of it. So I went over there and I intended on purchasing off of him just this one radio, but he ended up giving me a few other little bits as well along with it, which is brilliant. I've been after one of these for a while. You probably know what it is by now because you've either seen the thumbnail, don't know what I'm going to have as a thumbnail yet, or maybe the title, don't know what I'm going to title the video yet. But I've been wanting one of these for quite some time, again, because I had 3 of them and I liked them, but people wanted to buy them, so I sold them. And back then, 10, 11, 12 years ago, they were just another radio, but now they're not. They're getting harder to find. So I've managed to find one, and hopefully it's a good one. So let's have a look. Also, he gave me this as well because it doesn't work. So I've got to try and get this to work. That's a little project. But that'll be a project for another day. So I don't know if you can see inside this box. Got a load of bubble wrap. So we got one. This is the extra things that come along with it. So we got one Zatagi MB+4 microphone, desktop microphone. Lovely little microphone. Apparently it's not wired for this radio, so I'll have to play around with that if I wanted to use it with it. We've got an original President microphone. This will give you a clue as to what radio it is that I've got. It's a President at least, but you probably know what it is by now anyway. You've probably seen a thumbnail, or maybe even the title. Anyway, and we've also got a capo mic, which is apparently wired for this microphone, so that should be good. No battery in it though. So, and then we've got the bracket. I'm glad we got the bracket because I want to put this radio on the bracket. So I'm glad we've got the bracket, and we've got all of the little screws that we need to put the radio on the bracket, which is absolutely fantastic. Can't argue with that. That is brilliant. And then what we have is a very nice Mark I President Lincoln. One of the very early ones, because this was bought brand spanking new by Mr. Keith when it was first released from the shop. It was bought brand spanking new. So he's had it all that time. It's not been passed around. It's had one owner, technically 2, because I think he gave it to his woman friend as he, they lived with. But then he got it back again. So there we go. We've got a bit of a dodgy, little bit of a dicky power cable. It's broken there, and it's been broken several times by the looks of things, but that's alright. That's not going to stop us from wiring it up and testing it out. Oh no, that's not been broken. That's just where he's attached another length of wire. It looks like it's been broken there though, unless he attached more wire and then more wire. Don't know. He reckons that the plug won't come out. So what I can do is I can soak that in switch cleaner, and that should lubricate that up, and we should be able to get that plug to come out. I might just put a bit of tape around there just to stop them two touching each other at some point. It should all be good. So let's have a closer look. Alright, so I managed to get that plug out of there. All I've done was soaked a bit of switch cleaner down on the inside there, and then that loosened it up, and then I was able to pull it out. There's a little bit of corrosion in there in that plug, but that's alright, we'll sort that out. I'm going to get a new power cable for it. I might buy a new cable, or I might make one. If I can find these connectors, just to buy these connectors, I'll just make a power cable. I've got plenty of wire. I'll just make a power cable, and I'll put a new connector on it. And that'll be that. That'll be perfect. I don't think you can take them out of there, can you? So I'm just going to put some tape around these, just to stop these two lots of bare wires from touching. If we can see that. Where are we? Sorry, the camera's broken, so I don't know where I'm pointing it. I'm going to put some tape around there, and then we can fire it up. Alright. So I'm just going to put a little bit of... I've got this brown tape because it's thinner than the other tape that I've got. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in there. I might cut a bit off actually. Cut a bit off. I just don't want any little strands of wire coming off or whatever, and shorten it out. It has got a fuse in line, but I still don't want any of that to potentially happen. So that's why I'm doing this. Trust me, I've been there, had it in the past, just sitting there and you move the radio just slightly and it goes and you're like, what the bloody hell happened there? And then you're fanning around for ages, and then you realise that one of the wires on the power thing is arced out. Anyway, that's better. Looks like we had a bit of meltage there in the past. I'm sure what that's all about. You know, we should be able to put that in there now. There we go. That goes in and goes out easy now. That's lovely. In and out. So, there we go. One radio. Let's do a little bit of repositioning. Bloody hell, this tripod, man. Blimey. I've never seen anything so bad in all my life. Alright, I'm not really sure what you're looking at, but you should be looking in one direction. Got power meter. This microphone. And yeah, we'll fire it up. I've got a test coax. There's my test coax. That goes to the test antenna for testing. And let's wire it up. Hang on. Alright, that should be a bit better. Right, so I must admit, I am only doing this for the purpose of the video. Otherwise, I'd plug it straight into the antenna and just talk. But we've got a dummy load in the back of a meter, and we'll see what power we're doing. So, that's RF power. Oops. Volume. Right, so radio's off. Power supply is on. Radio going on. Look at that. So let's go. I've got to go all the way up, haven't I? 28, so I want to go to... how do I move it across? Got to remember now how to move band 29, 26, 27, right. Span, that's how you do it, span. Right, I'm getting now, I've got to remember how to use all of this again now. So we got 26, 7, we'll go to 19. Oh, hello. Right, that's good enough. It's 785, but we want 781, but that's good enough for testing. So, just as if we were on a 19 having a chat. Anyway, so with 20 watts, PEP, power, RF power should be all the way down. That's about 4 watts. And 20 watt setting. RF power's all the way down. That's about 4 watts that's doing there. So if we turn the RF power up, that's 20 watts. Now we're on 20. I've only just turned it a little bit. So we're on a 200 watt setting now. We're on FM, by the way, in case anyone had wondered. So we got 20 watts. Maximum power, that's about 40 watts. That's about 40 watts, that is. If you look on that meter there, as you can see, it's for the 500 is 50 on this scale. We're looking at about 40 watts, something around there. So if we stick it back down to the 20 watt setting, for those of you that don't know, the 100 is 10 watts. The 100 is 1 watt. The 500 is 5 watts. The 1000 is 10 watts, and the 2000 is 20 watts. Okay, so it's just before the 5, so that means it's about 4 watts, which is exactly perfect. That's exactly what I want. We should be able to get that. See, it jumps. That's a bit annoying. It just jumps. I want to get it to about 7 ideally, but it just jumps. I wonder if we've got a bit of a dicky variable. Oh, we have. We've got a bit of a dicky variable switch. So that's down to about 4. There you go. I can make it slowly go up now. About 7. There we go. So that variable switch there, that knob, that pot there, was a bit dicky. I turned it around a few times, and now it's okay now. So there you go. It's about 6 or 7 watts now. Nice. That's exactly how we want it. Brilliant. Now let's plug it into an antenna and see if we can talk to anybody. What I've got to do is take out the dummy load from this meter. Put that dummy load back in. Get my test coax for my test antenna. Put that there, like that. And we should also be able to see what power we're doing on an antenna as well. Flip that over to test. We should be hearing people now.
Charles using a standard mic at the moment. You want to bring it up to 6, bring it flat out, mate, or 6.3, 63, right? And when she does finally use the capo power mic on it, then she's only got to talk away from the microphone. You wouldn't have to alter.
See if we can get to Murdoch.
The mic going on the radio, because it could still stay at 63 there. Because that's where I left my one when I had my 6900 in before I sold it to Bernie. And that worked lovely, mate. And I was using that with
I'll put some in a sec, alright? I'll put some in a second. What's more, he's more pistol. I'll put some in. Let me do this and I'll put some in, alright?
Handheld power mic. And then after that, I got myself a ProCell desk mic. ProCell desk mic, yeah. And I didn't even have to touch the mic game once I turned it up to 6.3.
Hello, anybody hear me? Hello? Hello, Dave.
Oh, hello. Is that you, Ben?
Yeah, Roger. You alright?
Yeah, mate. You sound crystal clear this morning. You at home?
I am at home, yeah, mate. I am at home. You say I sound crystal clear, yeah?
Hey?
I'm at home, yeah. Did you say that I sound crystal clear, yeah? All good?
Yeah, you do. You do. Let me, are you on the Capo GX4000?
No, negative, I'm not, no.
What radio are you on?
President Lincoln, Mark 1.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Case one.
Roger, Dave, yeah, I got it, mate.
Oh, that sounds a breeze knees over here, Ben. That sounds the bee's knees over here. What are you on? You on the original mic to it?
That's it, mate. Original standard microphone coming straight out the radio at around about 30 watts.
Wow, that sounds lovely over here. Sounds brilliant, mate. Yeah, Dave Barracuda. What does Ben sound like to you? He's on his Mark 1 President Lincoln.
Give me about the 7s, fluctuating between 7 and 9, but crystal clear, Bob.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Mr. Barracuda. That's brilliant.
No worries, mate. No worries at all.
You're giving me 30s over here, Ben. 30s over here, Radio 5.
Thanks, mate. Thanks very much. So I don't need a power mic or nothing then, really.
Oh, no, with that modulation, I mean, that radio's been well looked after. It's been well looked after there, mate. I mean,
Don't call that then.
when Keith stopped using it, I think he put it in the cupboard, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that, I think, mate. Yeah. He's had it from brand new, didn't he? So he looked after it. All I need to do is repair the power cable. I've had to bodge it up for now, but yeah, mate, well happy.
Well, that's the good thing about the Mark 1 Lincoln. You can't buy the radio. Well, you can buy the radio second hand, yeah, the President Lincolns when they come up on eBay, but you can't buy them brand new no more. But yet you can still buy the President Lincoln Mark 1 standard microphones and the power leads. You can still buy them brand new.
Yeah, I know you can, mate. Well, it's good, isn't it? Anyway, I'm glad that you can hear me and everything's okay. So, right, so what I'm going to do now, Dave, is I'm going to actually put at the moment, I've got it just sat on the bench on its own, just for testing, but I'm going to put it in the corner, you know, where it's going to live for the rest of its life. I'm going to set it up nicely now, mate. So, thanks for coming back. I appreciate that. I'll let you get back to your conversation now.
That's alright, Ben. Have you got the bracket on it?
I certainly have.
Well, what you want? I mean, what's the is it an old bench or something like that? You got it all laid out on?
Yeah, just where I sit. You know, where I sit with my radio. I've got it just sat on the bench. You know, just literally plonked it on the bench, plugged it into the coax and the PSU, and that's it. I haven't put it away nicely. So yeah, mate, I'm going to put it in the corner, set it out nicely the way I want it, and that's that.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't want to screw the bracket down to that bench there, then you've only got to get some Velcro, strong Velcro there, mate, and Velcro the bracket down to the bench, and at least it'll sit there in the corner. When you're using the microphone, you won't be dragging the radio towards you.
No, you're right. No, it'll be all right, Dave. I'll send you a picture once I've done it all, yeah?
Yeah, I'd love that there, Ben. I'd love that there, mate. I like looking at people's radios. I mean, especially yours. I mean, you've still got the DX5000. You now got a President Lincoln Mark 1. Bloody hell, you're getting there.
I know, mate. I got rid of them all. Now I'm getting them back.
Oh, look, there's Lee out there. You got Dave Barracuda out there as well. I wonder what Dave's doing. Probably making himself a cup of tea or something. Don't forget to make Sean one, Dave.
No, I'm here. I'm having a can of Stella at the moment.
Oh, don't let Sean know you're drinking a can. She'll probably want one.
Leave that alone then.
Give her a red ball. Gives her wings.
So there it is. We're on there at the minute, having a good old chat on 25.
Okay. 6900 number.
They were chatting about 6900 ends.
What's your number?
But there we go, you lot. All working. I've given it a bit of a clean. I might give it a polish actually, just to polish it up a bit. But it worked wonderfully. Brilliant. President Lincoln Mark 1. Anyway, you lot, I'll catch you later on, and you're probably going to see loads more videos of this radio. Probably going to be doing a lot of sideband and all kinds of messing around with this radio. So, lovely one, you lot. Thanks for watching. Take care. All the best.